What's up, YouTube? You're watching the Celtic Clydesdale Show. I'm Jim, and I am the Celtic Clydesdale. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about goggles, particularly these nifty, cool Tyr Nest Pro goggles. So let's get into it. All right, Tyr Nest Pro goggles. First off, I'd like to say that Tyr has nothing to do with me making this video. They don't know I'm making the video. They have no influence over me making this video. I paid my own money for this particular pair of goggles. So yeah, that being said, let's talk about where you can get the Tyr Nest Pro goggles. Now, obviously I'm going to say Amazon. Most of the things I review you can end up getting on Amazon. But you can also get these at tyr.com. That's tyr.com. I noticed that swimoutlet.com has them, and I even noted that walmart.com has them. So plenty of places you can get them. So yeah, as for the cost, you're going to pay anywhere between $15 to $30 for this same pair of goggles. The only differences I've noticed is that the $15 goggles are a different color from this. I don't remember what color though. This particular pair was $18, and I've seen some bright green ones with the black trim that were, I don't know, 22 on Amazon, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly, but I have seen them as high as $30. So yeah, pretty good price range for just this type of goggles. So that's the cost range. So let's go ahead and discuss the fit and feel of these goggles. All right, fit and feel of these goggles. As far as the fit is concerned, we'll start off by discussing the bridge. The bridge is not adjustable. It's pretty much molded into the body of the goggles, but for my wide head, I haven't had a problem with it. But if your eyes are further apart and you've got a wider bridge nose, it may cause issues. For me, no issues. And I don't think it'll be an issue for a whole lot of people, but there is no adjustability in there. So yeah, as far as the straps are concerned, if you look at the straps, it's basically, it's almost, it's all one piece that's basically tied together at the back, and this is where all your adjustability is. So you basically end up with two straps that holds it on. For me, I think it's a little firmer fit with the straps, and it's more comfortable as I can reposition the two straps, and it just feels a little bit better for me. But adjustability, like I said, that's your only adjustment point. Instead of your typical goggles where you've got an adjustment point at each of the temples, with this one, you do have to adjust at the temples. Is basically just positioning the strap through the temple point, and then you can take in or let out right there. So that covers the strap. As far as the fit on the eyes, these are not in-socket eye goggles, so if you prefer that sort of goggle, this is not for you. This sits pretty much right on the outside of your ocular bones, which for me is a lot more comfortable. I might give up some hydrodynamics for it, but with my size, I'm not very hydrodynamic anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, the fit is pretty nice. Like I said, sits on the sockets of the eyes instead of inside, and for me it's a lot more comfortable that way. But you got to develop your own opinion on those. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the feel. First off, I find these to be relatively comfortable goggles. The silicone rubber that the seals are made out of, it doesn't irritate my skin. It doesn't after a long while, I've swam in these up to and including 2,500 meters with no real discomfort. The rubber doesn't tend to leak much, which is good. So They fit nicely. They stay in place. They feel comfortable with the double strap sort of setup that it has. I feel a lot more comfortable because I can have it contact point in two different places that I can adjust high or low instead of just coming straight back and across my ears. And you know, because the single strap thing actually annoys me a little bit. But yeah, that's the feel, and I say they feel nice. They're pretty comfortable, and I'm sure they'd still be comfortable even far beyond the 2,500 meter point. So let's go ahead and move on, talk about durability of these goggles. Okay, the durability. I've had these goggles, I think, for 2 years now, and they've been pretty decent to me. They have not developed any leaks that they didn't have when I first used them. The strap has not broken on me. Admittedly, as far as 2020 is concerned, I have not used these goggles at all, which is a shame. But up to this point, I've never had any issues with them, and I was kind of using these goggles almost exclusively during my training sessions. So they did get a lot of work. I was towards the end of 2019, the very early parts of 2020, I was actually swimming 3 or 4 times a week. So these definitely got a workout, and they've held up to everything that I've put them through. Now, I will be honest that once I get out of the pool and I go into the shower room and, you know, I'm changing clothes, these get rinsed off. So whether I'm open water swimming or swimming in a pool, I do that with all my goggles. They get a good rinse off when I'm done. So if there's any chlorine buildup or whatever that might deteriorate any of the silicone on the goggles, I get rid of that and get them washed off. So that's the durability of it. Now, anti-fog. These did come with sort of an anti-fog applied to them when I first got them. And honestly, I think with these being in Tyr's lower range as far as their goggles are concerned, I don't think they put the highest quality of anti-fog on these, because the anti-fog was pretty much gone after about 2 months of usage. Now, I don't know if that's my fault from rinsing them off all the time, or if it was just a low-grade anti-fog treatment, but it did get to the point where they would fog up after about, 750 to 800 meters, which if you're in open water, you don't want that happening to you at all. And if you're in a pool, it still slows you down, because you end up stopping, you clear the fog out, you flush the goggles, and then you put them back on and you get going again. It's just kind of a hassle. Now, I know there are tips and tricks about how to, defeat the fogging up of your goggles, but I'd personally rather just have an anti-fog coating on the goggles from the get-go, but it didn't last that long on these. So that happened. Take it for what it's worth. So let's go ahead and move on to the things I like about these goggles. All right, the things I like about these goggles. Well, I kind of like the neat pattern on them. If you look, it's kind of like a net pattern on the blue background. I chose blue because, like I said, I ordered these off Amazon. They basically had 3 colors. They had these, and then they had some that were, I want to say, white and then clear. And the white and the clear it didn't appeal to me. The blue ones are like, they're better looking than the white and clear, so I'll get them. But I know they make other colors. There's a bright fluorescent green one out there. There's some that are, like I said, the white with the black. I've seen a silverish color with the black, but so there are different colors out there other than the blue, other than the white, and other than the clear. So yeah, That's my likes. The other thing I like is, as I mentioned earlier, this double strap sort of setup with the single adjustment point. I love that. For me, having the dual adjustment points at the temples, it kind of annoys me actually, because I don't know if you know, it's sort of like almost an obsessive compulsive thing where if one side strap sticks out more than the other side strap, I get annoyed by it, and you know, and then I try to get them equal and it throws off the fitting, and it's just, you know what, this is better. Take it from, yeah, that's my opinion. This is better and I like it. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the things I dislike about this pair of goggles. All right, things I dislike about these goggles. First off, the number one thing I dislike about these goggles is that the anti-fog treatment didn't last much more than 2 months, okay? I feel strongly that I shouldn't have to do some sort of application thing to my goggles to keep them anti-fogged, okay? So, you know, buying something to spray on my lenses or using toothpaste on the inside or any of those tricks, they don't appeal to me that much. I don't like having to do that. I'd prefer the coating that keeps my lenses from fogging up to last quite a while. So downside for me. The other downside for me, which not quite as great as the anti-fog treatment, but the non-adjustable nose bridge, it kind of annoys me a little bit. They do fit comfortably with the fixed nose bridge, but I kind of wish there was some adjustability in there. But there's not. Hey, okay. And really, that's the biggest of the dislikes I have. There's not a whole lot to dislike about these. So let's go ahead, move on, and discuss my final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts for these. They make a decent pair of training goggles. I'm not particularly sure that I would use them in a race setting. I don't know if any of the styles of this have like reflective lenses. I know my set have tinted lenses, so there's a little bit of help for you there. But I don't think any of them have reflective lenses, and I'm pretty sure none of them have polarized lenses. So the only real help you would get for shielding your eyes from, you know, a bright sun during a morning swim is going to be the tint. Now, on the flip side of that, as far as training is concerned, they're excellent for training. Like I said, I've been put these through quite a few meters of swimming, and they've never leaked on me. I haven't had any issues with them, you know, not making a seal at any point. And the fact that they sit on the outside of my eye sockets makes me feel a lot more comfortable with them. The same holds true for this two-piece, well, I don't want to say two-piece, but you know, the split strap, we'll call it. I like it. Now, the downsides, as I mentioned earlier, you know, the anti-fog didn't last, and the bridge is not adjustable. But as at the price point of, you know, between, you know, $15 and $30, particularly if you find them on the sites that have those, the prices at the lower end of those, like I said, I paid $18 for mine, and honestly, it was a well spent $18. So would I buy the Tyr Nest Pros again? Yeah, I probably would. Might look for a different color than blue, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, all around, final thought, good goggles. I probably wouldn't race in them. They're great for training. They're comfortable, they seal well. And the only negative aspects of them are the fact that the anti-fog didn't last quite that long, and the nose bridge is not adjustable. So those are my thoughts on the Tyr Nest Pro goggles. I highly recommend, or I don't want to say highly recommend, but I recommend that if you're looking for a less expensive pair of training goggles, these should be the ones you get. All right, in closing, if you've liked what you've seen so far, go ahead and give me the thumbs up for this video. If you're new to the Celtic Clydesdale Show channel, go ahead and subscribe, and also go ahead and hit the bell so you'll be notified of new episodes. I try my best to get episodes out at 0200 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. I missed it last week, my bad. But yeah, 0200 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays is a normal time I try to put out my videos. But go ahead and ring the bell so you can get notified. And do me a favor and leave any comments that you might have. I like interacting with the viewers, and you know, it makes doing this that much more fun. So yeah, anyway, next week we're going to be continuing on with talking about goggles. This time we're going to be talking about another goggle that I rather like using, that's even a little bit less expensive than this one, the Tyr Big Swimple. So yeah, come back next week, learn about the Tyr Big Swimple, and until then, keep on keeping on.